Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. Definitely a bit of a mixed episode because there was stuff that I didn't care about. There was stuff that was just irrelevant. And then there was the interesting part of the show. Take a wild guess on those three sections. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to talk about the stuff that I liked, the interesting part. And of course, that is the Victor and Spencer and Trina and Liesel scene. One, they actually have a set. I don't care if it's a reuse set. They actually have a set. So I am very, 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 very happy that they actually managed to get a set. So they get in there, they find this pathogen or whatever, in a box. And, he gets Lisa to sit there and look at it. And Lisa's like, yeah, it's degraded, it's not gonna sit there and work. And I'm like, why are you so not lying? First of all, you gotta sit there and gain this guy's trust, right? Making a lie so obvious by Snitch is saying, well, the stuff in here is dead. Okay, I'm gonna send you outside with this little thing with my guard, and we're gonna test it in the air. I mean, if it's if the patient's dead, then it's not gonna really matter. Okay, it's alive. All right, well, that was strike one. And Victor tells Liesel, listen, you do this on time, I will send you back to Port Charles, and you can sit there and give your loved ones the antidote. I just need you to test this stuff to make sure it works, and go right back to Port Charles. And time is not exactly a real size. So, you might need to sit there and step it up. And Spencer's not there telling her, you can't do it. You're a good person. You know, with Brit and everything like that. Brit won't want you to do this. But my whole thing is that I thought you knew that Lisa was on your side and that, you and Trina didn't get tossed off that boat because of Lisa. So why do you think that she just surprisingly decided to change her mind and help Victor? And what's the alternative? So I didn't really understand. I felt like the writing was kind of like very shaky, kind of shitty to be honest. If he actually believes that she wants to do this and even tries to rush at her, I'm like, so you're just gonna sit and pretend that these men don't actually have guns to make sure that y'all don't follow orders? The minute he pulled out that gun, it was like, oh yeah, got back to reality. So that scene really didn't make a lot of sense. Now, okay, I don't understand why in the world they wrote this line for Trina. They was like, listen, you need to sit there and because Lisa was like, I need human subjects to sit there and test this stuff to make sure that the antidote works. I can't just like, what am I supposed to do? And Victor's like, no, we got test subjects right here. And Trina's like, well, test subjects, give their consent, and I definitely don't give mine. And I'm like, that line was so bad for so many reasons. Do you think that this is the type of guy that you feel would sit there and follow anything of consent? He's the villain. He's the bad guy. Okay? He doesn't work on consent and please and may I. I know I'm harping on this, but it was one of those things where it's like they couldn't find a better line to sit there and write for this girl. That was it. So of course he's like, yeah, you know what? I'm the villain. I kind of don't really need consent. It's kind of just, my thing. So he leaves and he's like, he tells Liesel TikTok pretty much like, yo, Not a lot of time. Gotta hurry up. So there was that scene, which was probably, again, the best scenes throughout the episode. Then we get to the irrelevant part. Yeah, Anna sitting in the bed, Holly and Robert trying to go over the theories about what Victor Endgame is. Just a complete and utter waste of time. Like, seriously, you can literally fast forward through that scene and it won't matter whatsoever. Didn't really care about it. And then, there's a point where Holly's like, well, maybe Liesel's not a captive. Maybe she joined. She was a really bad person when I dealt with her. And I'm like, times change. Also, Holly, you weren't exactly a great person yourself back in the day, from what I heard. So, not exactly in a position to really be sitting there casting stones, just throwing it out there. Well, of course, Anna's like, no, it doesn't really add up. Like, she was, she needs to sit there and save Willow's life. That's her family. She's not going to sit there and just abandon her. So again, that whole thing with Holly, completely utterly pointless. Anna's like, oh, they need to get the WSB on board. I think now with this bioweapon, because she figured out it was a bioweapon, because plot. She's like, I think the WSB should sit there and be involved now. It's like, oh, the WSB should have been involved when it came towards Victor. None of that makes any sense. Oh, we can't go because it's international waters. You guys are like Interpol, right? I mean, I know I've said this before, but again, this is like not making any sense. You got to sit there and get poor Charles civilians to sit there and go in and rescue their families because no jurisdictions, we can't do that. Okay, sure. So you got that thing going on. And then you got the wedding scene, and everyone is pitching in to get that stuff ready. And I'm gonna be honest, I did not care at all about any of it. While Carly's not there telling those two, "Oh, you guys are so in love," no one cares. No one cares. I felt like if I would have did a poll, you may actually have like 4% of the people that watch this channel that genuinely cares about the couple of Michael and Willow. Because the vast majority does not give a damn. So you got Sasha helping out and Maxie and them talking about there's a problem. I was like, what's the problem? Oh, the makeup artist isn't there. I don't see that as a problem, but okay, sure. So yeah, all the wedding stuff I really didn't care about. Chase is there, and Dante gave Michael Mike's cufflinks. That was a nice little scene. And of course, it was ruined by the fact that Michael is still acting like a dick towards Sonny. So, Sonny was like, I'm here. I want to sit there and support, Willow and you and, throughout the wedding. And Michael was like, yeah, it's really important that Willow wants you to be here. Like, you dick. Like, literally, I'm like, you're exhausting, bro. But, of course, that comment just highlights the whole stupidity with this whole beef with Michael and Sonny. Just completely stupid. Let's get to the whole Nina and Ava scene. So after Sonny leaves to go to the wedding, and Sonny tells Ava tells Sonny that listen, I'm gonna look out for him. And Nina was like, I don't need a babysitter. I don't need a babysitter. There was one point, even Ava, when Ava found out about that trip to the island, Even she was like, I'm sorry, why did you not go again? Why do you not want to go to paradise? Like for a little bit, like just you know. And of course, Nina starts in on her campaign of hating Carly. She's never had to pay for anything. Okay. What else you got? And then she was like, I can't believe that woman has the audacity to sit there and tell me that, the reason why I'm not invited to the Willow is, invited to the wedding is because of me. The audacity. Lady, this woman was not there speaking facts. And even the people that don't like Carly was like, yeah, Nina, you screwed up. Like since day one. You treated that woman like hot garbage. And you wonder why she's not invited to the, and you wonder why you're not invited to the wedding. That comment, everything that she said, this is the reason why I sat there and made up the term Ninaisms. Because she is playing victim like there's no tomorrow. Yes, Harley should have told the truth. It might have made a huge difference, you know, um, to some extent. And maybe she could have got the bone marrow transplant done faster, knowing that it wasn't Nina and that it was Lisa. Okay, so I understand that she's upset about that, and Carly did f up on that part. But in all reality, it doesn't change the facts that you're not invited to the wedding because of you. And instead of you snit there acknowledging that, you're just snit there saying, well, I've made mistakes. Well, those mistakes is the reason why your ass is here and not down there enjoying the wedding with your daughter. And that's what blows me every single time. And I'm not saying that they're trying to get on anyone that likes Nina and stuff, because I know there's people that like Nina, but there's people that like Nina that can sit there and have rational thoughts and conversations and be like, yeah, I like Nina, screw Carly, but yeah, she has a point. So whenever she starts acting this way and it's like she just ignores logic and common sense, I sit there and I think about the people that will go tooth and nail and will make so many, they'll go through gymnastics, mental gymnastics, to sit there and try to justify Nina's logic, her reasoning. They'll make excuses like there's no tomorrow. And at the end of the day, facts is facts and nothing is going to change that. That is the bottom line. So it's in some ways when people do that, it's laughable because it's like it almost makes me sit there and think, is Ninaisms contagious at this point? But whatever. And then of course she starts talking about she's not going to pay, and this time she's going to pay, aka you're going to be a telltale. Yeah, we get it, Nina. Now in the previews, maybe Ava finds out what Nina's going to do, and she does sit there and say something along the lines of, "You're going to lose Sonny. You're going to lose Sonny." But not just that, you're going to lose access to Wiley. Listen, if Willow does die, because they couldn't come to an understanding in the contract negotiations with the actress, do you honestly think for a hot minute that you are going to have any access towards that child if Michael finds out what you did? Good luck with that. And of course, Nina won't sit there and think about that. She won't sit there and think about, why do I not actually have access to Wiley? She's going to be sitting there thinking of how it's Carly's fault and how it's Michael's fault because, that's part of her Ninaisms. It's her ability to always sit there and see herself as the victim, no matter what. Consequences, logic, reasoning, be damned. Oh yeah, Chase is also there, and he's not there talking to Brooklyn, and Brooke, he's like, "Why'd you leave?" And he's like, "Oh, well, you were talking to Dante, so, that's why I just left." And then she just walks off, like she kind of runs off. Like I don't understand why. Brooklyn has not exactly been my favorite, but let's be honest. Chase didn't lose his job because of you. Chase lost his job because of him. Okay, you didn't sit there and tell him to punch two people in the face. He did that. So why is it? Again, why is this more guilt coming out of you than let's say Josh, who treated Cam like, well, garbage. Okay, treated him like a damn toilet seat. And hell, towards the end, even Cam was sit there, somewhat bending over backwards to sit there and not only protect Josh, but also was like, we're still going to be friends. There's a certain level of sloppy writing that goes into the show that I just. I have no real, no real comment for that. It's just that's literally what it is. I think that's pretty much about it. Yep, that's actually pretty much about it. I can't really think of anything else that happened. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Stay safe. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If I did miss anything, like I always say I do, come to lashing. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We go over GH, we go over Days, we go over YNR, we go over BNB. And it's a good time. It's a good time. We do that Monday through Friday. Saturdays and Sundays are members only. If you're not a member, hit the join button in the description box below. It's a lot of fun. As any person that actually has a what do we call it, Dragon Balls by their name, they'll sit there and tell you how fun those events are. So definitely join. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.